Our first non-standard expression in this episode is actually in twofold. And the first expression is, my sister put to bed last night. While the second one is, my sister put to bed last night. Now, these two expressions are so highly conflicted in everyday English. With this video, you will get to understand that none of these two expressions means anything related to giving birth. Before we get to talking about that under the grammar tips, let us talk about the error types to which the expressions can be classified. As you can see, for the first expression, we have it marked with asterisk, with green asterisk, indicating the fact that the expression is grammatically correct and perfect. But we are going to say that it contains malapropism. Remember, malapropism is the understanding of using a word because it sounds like another word. So, everyday people are probably using this expression, my sister put to bed last night, to talk about giving birth because of the use of bed in it, or because it contains bed and or probably putting to bed. But unfortunately, put to bed doesn't mean anything related, like I said initially, put to bed doesn't mean anything related to giving birth. Therefore, we are going to say that the expression contains malapropism. Then for the second one, my sister put to bed last night is not usable in English, and we shall be explaining more of that under the grammar tips. However, instead of saying my sister put to bed last night, that is to say or express the idea of giving birth, then you could simply say, my sister delivered a baby last night. My sister delivered a baby last night. Or you say, my sister had a baby last night. My sister had a baby last night. The first version or the first expression can be attributed to British variety of English, while the second one is purely American. And try to understand that British and American English are mutually intelligible. That is to say that both of them agree together. In other words, both expressions can agree together. You can decide to speak with British English or you speak with American English in any context, in any setting. The only thing is to avoid switching from British to American or from America to British. Now let's talk about the grammar tips. Under the grammar tips, we have number one, that is expression A and B do not mean anything related to giving birth. I think I established that at the beginning of this explanation. Then for the second grammar tip, we have here that this first expression, my sister put to bed last night. In other words, this part of it, put to bed, means to end something or to complete a task. It is an expression that originated from printing press. That is, when they want to talk about the fact that they have completed their task of lithography and or putting the place together, then they would say the job has been put to bed. So this expression does not mean anything related to giving birth. Then what about the third one? The third grammar tip here says, B is not usable in English at all. It is a very controversial expression. So many native English speakers would deny having any knowledge of this expression. So it is as bad as that. In the course of trying to investigate this particular expression, I was able to make just a little thing out, probably to say that it is an out-of-date expression. If most native speakers deny having any knowledge of this idiom that is put to birth, if it's going to be an idiom, then we would say that it is an out-of-date expression. In other words, it is simply not usable in English. So this is how we can talk about this expression in everyday English. With that, we'll move forward to our next expression set, which is if I am not mistaken.